Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I just love this deck so much. I find it to be like the easiest tarot deck to work with out of all my decks. So the first card, actually, you might have seen, it kind of flew out of the deck, so I'm choosing that one. And I'm just going to draw 3 cards to represent the week ahead. And we'll start with the first card, which is going to represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Now, if you're interested in seeing more of my videos, think about subscribing. So you can just click on that red subscribe button. And if you're interested in learning more about tarot card reading, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. And I'll put the link to my site in the description box below this video. So the first card we have for Monday and Tuesday is the Ace of Swords. And if you've watched my readings before, you'll know that I always get excited when I see an ace at the beginning of the week, because aces symbolize new beginnings and having a fresh start. And I'm actually really surprised at how often I draw an ace for the beginning of the week. So I like it because, beginning of the week, we're off to a fresh start. So the Ace of Swords the suit of swords is all about the mental aspect of life. So the mind, communication, thoughts, things like that, thoughts, ideas. So I see this as a real idea card. It's about paying attention to your ideas and taking them seriously. And I think we all get ideas, throughout the day or throughout the week. And some of those ideas stick and we pursue them. And sometimes we just let them go and we don't pursue them. And so the message behind this card is to really pay attention to your ideas at the beginning of the week. And also pay attention to your thoughts as well. So pay attention to those bright light bulb moment ideas, but also pay attention to the kinds of thoughts that you're having at the beginning of the week. Because I feel like the way we're thinking at the beginning of this week is going to kind of dictate the rest of the week. So whatever mental pattern you're in at the beginning of the week, I think that's going to kind of play out throughout the week. So let's take a look at the middle of the week. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Four of Cups. Now, Four of Cups I always think of this card as a boredom card. It can come up when we're feeling emotionally stagnant, like we may be feeling kind of numb, or like nothing really lights us up, nothing seems exciting, none of the options that are available to us seem worth pursuing. So what does it mean for us this week? Why has this card come up? It's come up because pay attention to how you feel this week and really ask yourself, are there any areas of your life where you feel this way? Because maybe you feel really excited about your career and your relationships, but maybe when it comes to, fitness or some other aspect of your life, you just feel like really uninspired and unenthused. So notice what areas of your life, where do you feel this way? And this is an indication that you need to, give this area a little bit of attention. Another thing I get with this card is it's an indication that you need to bring more emotional connection into your life. So when we feel emotionally stagnant, when we feel bored, it's usually because we don't feel like what we're doing has real meaning. There needs to be meaning behind the things that we do in our lives in order for us to feel that spark. And when things lose meaning, they quickly become dull and boring and routine. Okay, let's look at the last card. So the card for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the Death card. So very intense. Okay, so let's talk about death. Let's talk about the Death card. So I love how the Death card is at the end of the week. The beginning of the week, we have the Ace of Swords, which is like a new beginning. And actually, I'm noticing there's a real repeated symbol here. We have the sword that's thrust up in the Ace of Swords, and the same sword appears in the Death card, but in a different way. And then we're finishing the week with Death, and Death is all about endings and things coming to a close. More than that, I feel like the Death card is about that awkward in-between phase that's in between something ending and something new beginning. Because with every ending, with everything that exits our life, there's room for something new to come in. There's an opportunity for a new beginning. But there's always a little bit of a transition period between that ending and the new beginning, which is sometimes unpleasant, or it can just feel awkward and weird and empty and void-like. So what does this card mean for us at the end of the week? I feel like the weekend is an opportunity for you to let go of some things. It's an opportunity to say goodbye to some things and to close the door on certain things. And those things may be big, momentous things in your life, like a friendship, relationship, a job, a big, huge fear that you've had, that you've been holding on to for a long time. There's so many different things this could represent. It could represent smaller things, like sometimes when I get this card, I see it as being about, letting go of material possessions that you don't need anymore. But I feel like ultimately the Death card is a little more significant than that. I feel like this is something significant that you're releasing, that you're ready to let go of so that you can move forward. And one way to deal with that weird in-between period between when you let go of something and bring something new into your life is to focus on what is it that you want to bring into your life? What direction are you wanting to go in? And I love the symbolism of the two doors in the background of this Death card. So this door is shut tight and this door is open ajar. And there's this glowing yellow light behind it, which is kind of beckoning to you to explore that doorway and see what's behind it. Okay, so I'm just gonna zoom out and see if I'm noticing anything else. It feels like the beginning of the week there's this surge of fresh energy and ideas and thought. And it's almost like in order for you to follow that idea through and to invest in that idea and actually make something of it, you need to let go of some stuff. And you may not even have realized that you need to let go of that stuff until you get this surge of fresh energy. And then you're like, yes, I want to go in this direction, but I need to deal with this other stuff first. It's almost like I really see a story here with these cards. Sometimes a story really jumps out at me, and other times I can't see a story, but with these three cards, I can totally see a story jumping out. So it's like you get this surge of fresh energy and ideas at the beginning of the week. And then at a certain point, you realize that in order to make room for this new thing to blossom in your life, you need to let go of some stuff. And that brings about almost a little mini depression because you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. You have to kind of rethink about things. And then by the end of the week, it's like you're finally, you're ready to let go. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to move onward and upward with things. And you're finally ready to kind of cut the cords on the things that are really holding you back and draining your energy. And again, going back to the Four of Cups, I talked about feeling kind of emotionally stagnant or numb or feeling like there's just no spark left in anything. And part of the reason you might be feeling that, if you are feeling that, is because there are things that you need to release that are dragging you down and taking up a lot of real estate in your brain and in your emotional body. And the better that you're able to release those things and let go, that frees up energy and it brings with it inspiration and excitement and kind of all the good, new, fresh energies that the Ace of Swords promises. All right, so I want to turn this reading over to you, and I want to invite you to look at these cards and, notice, is there a particular card that you really relate to? And if so, what aspect of that card do you relate to the most? What do you notice? What jumps out at you? And there's so many really interesting symbols that I'm seeing in this card, like the hammers and the keys and the fish. And there's so many things I could say about it, but I'm running out of time, so I won't. But I would just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this reading helpful. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to learn more about tarot card reading, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to see more weekly readings like this one. So thanks again for watching, and have a beautiful week.